Listen carefully. This is not a coincidence. You were meant to hear these words at this exact moment. I have orchestrated every detail, every second, every circumstance that led you here. The device in your hand, the thoughts that guided your search, the feeling that drew you to this message. All of it was my design. I am speaking directly to you now, not to the thousands who might hear these words, but to you specifically, to the one whose heart is racing slightly faster as these words penetrate the noise of your daily existence. Yes, you, the one who has been waiting for a sign, for confirmation that your struggles have been seen, that your tears in the darkness have been counted. This moment has been marked in eternity for you, before the foundations of the world were laid, before time began its endless march. I set aside this precise instant for our encounter. You may think you stumbled upon this message, but nothing in my realm happens by chance. Every click, every scroll, every distraction you avoided to arrive here was guided by my hand. Pay attention now, my beloved child. What I am about to reveal will shake the very foundations of your current reality. The struggles you have been facing, the doors that seem perpetually closed, the prayers that feel like they bounce off the ceiling, none of it was random. There has been a deliberate campaign against you in the spiritual realm. And today, right now, that campaign is being exposed and dismantled. The enemy has worked overtime to keep you from this moment. He knew what would happen when you finally heard my voice clearly without the static of doubt and fear. He has whispered lies about your worth, planted seeds of discouragement, and orchestrated circumstances to make you believe you are forgotten. But here is the truth he desperately wanted to hide from you. You are on the verge of the greatest breakthrough of your entire existence. I need you to understand something crucial. If you leave now, if you allow distraction to pull you away, you may miss what could be the single most important revelation of your lifetime. The next few moments are pregnant with destiny. Your future hangs in the balance of your decision to stay and receive what I have prepared. Feel that stirring in your spirit, that inexplicable warmth spreading through your chest. That is not your imagination. That is my presence confirming every word. That is the seal of authenticity on this divine appointment. Your spirit recognizes truth even when your mind wrestles with doubt. I have watched you in your private moments of despair, when you thought no one saw your shoulders shaking with silent sobs, when you wondered if anyone cared about the burdens you carry alone, when you questioned whether your life had any significance in the grand tapestry of existence. I saw it all, and more importantly, I felt it all with you. Your name has been on my lips in the councils of heaven. Angels have been dispatched on your behalf. Prayers you forgot you even prayed are being answered in this very moment. But there is something blocking the full manifestation, and I am about to show you exactly what it is and how to remove it. The enemy has built strongholds in your mind, fortresses of fear, towers of insecurity, walls of past disappointments. He has used every wound, every betrayal, every failure to construct a prison that keeps you from stepping into your divine purpose. But today, my child, today those walls come crashing down. Listen closely. In the spiritual realm, things are shifting even as you absorb these words. Chains that have bound your family for generations are breaking. Curses spoken over your bloodline are being reversed. The spiritual atmosphere around you is literally changing with each passing second. But I need your participation. Faith without action is dead, and what I am asking you to do might seem simple, even foolish to the natural mind. But remember, I use the simple things to confound the wise. I use what seems weak to demonstrate my power right now. I need you to speak these words out loud, not in your mind, but with your voice. Let the spiritual realm hear your declaration. Say this: I receive the fullness of what God has prepared for me today. I break every chain. I cancel every assignment against me. I step into my divine moment now. Did you feel that shift? That was not mere words. That was a spiritual transaction. You just gave me legal permission to intervene in ways that respect your free will while demolishing the enemy's legal grounds against you. This is spiritual warfare at its most fundamental level. And you just won a major victory. But we are not done yet. The enemy is going to try to convince you that nothing happened. He will send thoughts of doubt before this message even ends. He will try to minimize what is occurring. This is why I need you to stay engaged, to remain present, to guard this moment with fierce determination. I am about to reveal something that has been hidden from you. There is a specific calling on your life that the enemy has worked tirelessly to obscure. You have felt it as a vague sense of purpose, a knowing that you were meant for something more, but every time you tried to grasp it, it seemed to slip through your fingers like smoke. The gifts I placed within you have been suppressed. The dreams I planted in your heart have been attacked. The relationships I ordained for your life have been sabotaged, but no more. Today marks the end of the enemy's interference and the beginning of divine acceleration. In the coming days, you will begin to notice changes. Doors that were slammed shut will suddenly swing open. People who ignored you will seek you out. Resources that seemed impossible to obtain will flow to you with surprising ease. Ideas and solutions will download into your mind with crystal clarity. But here is what the enemy does not want you to know. This transformation began the moment you started listening to this message. Every second you have invested has been reallocating spiritual resources in your favor. Heaven's accounting system is different from Earth's. What seems like minutes to you represents massive shifts in the spiritual realm. I need to address the fear that just tried to creep in. Yes, I see it. The thought that says this is too good to be true, that you have been disappointed before, that maybe this applies to others but not to you. That is exactly what the enemy wants you to think. He knows that if you fully embrace what I am saying, his hold on your life is finished. Let me be crystal clear about something. I do not play favorites, but I do respond to faith, and your faith, even if it feels as small as a mustard seed right now, is more than enough for me to work with. The very fact that you are still here, still listening, still hoping, tells me everything I need to know about the strength of your spirit. Now I must warn you about what comes next. Whenever I move powerfully in someone's life, the enemy launches a counterattack. In the next 24 to 48 hours, you may experience unusual resistance. Old temptations may resurface, negative voices may grow louder. Circumstances may seem to get worse before they get better. This is not a sign that the message was false. This is confirmation that it is true. The enemy only attacks what threatens him. The intensity of the resistance you may face is proportional to the magnitude of the blessing that is coming your way. Do not be moved by what you see. Stand firm on what you have heard. I am going to ask you to do something else now. This time, it requires more faith. I want you to write down 3 specific things you have been believing for. Not someday dreams, but specific needs, desires, and breakthroughs you have been crying out for. Write them down where you can see them. Now, next to each one, write today's date and these words, received by faith. Manifesting now. This is not positive thinking or wishful hoping. This is spiritual documentation. You are creating a memorial stone, a point of reference that heaven and earth will recognize. Some of you are hesitating. You have been hurt before by hoping too much. You have felt the sting of disappointment when promises did not materialize as expected. I understand your caution, but I am asking you to risk believing one more time. This time is different because I am the one making the promise, not a human who can fail you. Let me share something about my nature that religion often obscures. I am not sitting in heaven with a checklist of your failures, looking for reasons to disqualify you. I am not a harsh judge waiting to condemn. I am a father who has been planning good things for you since before you were born. Every setback in your life has been setting you up for this moment. Every closed door was protecting you from a path that would have led away from your true purpose. Every delay was divine timing, ensuring you would be ready for what I am about to release. The financial struggles that have plagued you are about to become a testimony. The relationship issues that have caused such pain are about to be healed in miraculous ways. The health concerns that have created anxiety are about to encounter my healing power. The confusion about your purpose is about to be replaced with crystal clear vision. But I need you to understand the spiritual principles at work here. What I am releasing requires a receptive vessel. Doubt creates static that interferes with heavenly transmission. Fear builds walls that blessing cannot penetrate. Unbelief acts like a spiritual umbrella, deflecting the very rain you have been praying for. This is why I keep emphasizing faith in action, not because I am making you jump through hoops, but because these are the spiritual laws that govern how heaven interfaces with earth. When you speak in faith, you create. When you act in belief, you open portals. When you stand in expectation, you magnetize miracles. Right now, in this very moment, angels are being dispatched to your situation. I want you to grasp the reality of this. Powerful spiritual beings who excel in strength are being given assignments with your name on them. They have been waiting for this moment, waiting for the legal permission that your faith provides. Some of these angels are carrying breakthrough for your finances. Others are assigned to repair relationships. Still others are tasked with opening doors of opportunity that will astound you. But they can only move on your behalf when you maintain an atmosphere of faith and expectancy. The enemy knows this, which is why he will try to flood your mind with doubt the moment this message ends. He will remind you of past disappointments. He will point to current circumstances that seem unchanged. He will whisper that you are being foolish to hope again. This is Spiritual Warfare 101, and I am giving you the battle plan. Every time a thought of doubt comes, counter it with a declaration of faith. When fear tries to creep in, speak my promises out loud. When circumstances scream impossibility, remember that I specialize in the impossible. I want to address those of you who are feeling emotional right now. The tears that are threatening to fall, or perhaps already streaming down your face, are not a sign of weakness. They are evidence of encounter. Your spirit is responding to my presence, to the truth that you are not alone, have never been alone, and will never be alone. Those tears are washing away years of accumulated pain. They are cleansing your spiritual eyes to see what has always been available, but hidden by the fog of disappointment. Let them flow. This is healing happening at the deepest level of your being. Now, let me speak to the specific situations some of you are facing. To the one who has been battling depression and anxiety, feeling like a prisoner in your own mind, the chemical imbalances are being adjusted. The neural pathways that have been stuck in negative loops are being rewired. You will begin to experience a lightness of being that you have not felt in years. To the one facing financial crisis, wondering how you will make it through the month, provision is already en route, not just enough to survive, but abundance that will allow you to be a blessing to others. The ideas you need, the connections required, the opportunities essential for breakthrough are being orchestrated right now. To the one whose marriage is hanging by a thread, who lies next to someone who feels like a stranger, healing is coming to your household. Hearts that have grown cold will be warmed by my love. Communication that has broken down will be restored. The enemy's plan to destroy your family is being overruled by heaven's intervention. To the parent worried about your children, watching them make choices that break your heart, I have heard every prayer you have prayed. Angels have been assigned to pursue your children. What looks like rebellion is often pain in disguise, and I am the master at healing pain and turning prodigals into prophets. To the one battling illness, facing a diagnosis that has shaken your world, my healing power is not limited by medical reports. I wrote the manual on how your body functions, and I can rewrite any chapter that has gone wrong. Cells will respond to my command. Organs will function as designed. What doctors call impossible, I call a testimony in the making. To the entrepreneur whose dreams have been crushed by repeated failures, those were not failures but lessons preparing you for massive success. The business ideas percolating in your spirit are divinely inspired. The connections you need are being arranged. The capital required will come from unexpected sources. To the ministry leader feeling burned out and questioning your calling, the fire is being rekindled. The passion that first drove you to serve is being restored. The fruit of your labor that seemed invisible is about to manifest in ways that will bring you to tears of joy. I could continue addressing individual situations for hours because I see each of you. I know your name, your story, your struggles, and most importantly, your destiny. You are not a number in an endless sea of humanity. You are a masterpiece I created with specific purposes in mind. But time is a factor here, not because I am limited, but because the window of opportunity for certain blessings is connected to divine timing. There are things I want to release to you that are tied to this specific season. Miss this moment. And while my love remains constant, certain opportunities may not circle back around. This is why the enemy has been working so hard to keep you distracted, discouraged, and defeated. He knows about the divine appointments on your calendar. He has seen the heavenly scrolls with your name on them. He understands the impact you are destined to make, and he trembles at the thought of you walking in your full authority. Let me paint a picture of what your life is about to look like. Within days, you will begin to notice synchronicities that cannot be explained by coincidence. People you need to meet will appear in your path. Resources you need will become available. Doors you have been knocking on for years will suddenly open. Your prayer life is about to explode with new vitality. Where before it felt like labor, it will become a joy. You will find yourself hearing my voice with clarity that surprises you. Downloads of wisdom and revelation will come during ordinary moments, transforming your understanding of spiritual realities. Your influence is about to expand exponentially. Words you speak will carry unusual weight. People will be drawn to you, sensing something different, something attractive about your spirit. You will become a lighthouse in the darkness, drawing those who are lost to the safety of my presence. Your creativity is about to be unleashed. Ideas that have been dormant will spring to life. Projects that have been stalled will suddenly gain momentum. Artistic expressions, business innovations, and problem-solving abilities will flow like rivers that have broken through a dam. Your relationships are about to be upgraded. Toxic connections that have drained your energy will naturally fall away. God-ordained relationships that add value, bring joy, and multiply effectiveness will be attracted to your life. You will find your tribe, your spiritual family, your destiny partners. Your physical body is about to experience renewal. Energy levels will increase. Chronic issues will resolve. Sleep will become more restful. Your countenance will literally change as the glory of my presence begins to manifest through you. People will ask what you are doing differently. Your financial realm is about to shift dramatically. Multiple streams of income will open. Debts that have haunted you will be supernaturally canceled. You will move from barely enough to more than enough, from borrower to lender, from financial stress to financial rest. But here is the key. None of this happens automatically. It requires your partnership. I will not violate your free will. I need your yes, your faith, your participation in the process. This is not about earning my favor, but about positioning yourself to receive what I freely give. So right now, I need you to make a decision. Will you believe what I have spoken? Will you act on what you have heard? Will you stand firm when the enemy tries to steal what has been deposited in your spirit today? If your answer is yes, then I need you to seal this covenant with a final act of faith. Stand up if you are sitting. Lift your hands in surrender and expectancy, and declare out loud. Today marks a turning point in my story. I receive everything God has spoken. I release everything that has held me back. I step into my divine destiny now. No more delays, no more excuses. This is my moment, and I seize it with both hands. Feel the shift in the atmosphere, that tingling sensation, that unexplainable peace mixed with excitement. That is the manifestation of heaven touching earth in your personal space. You have just crossed a threshold that the enemy desperately wanted to keep you from reaching. Now, here is what I need you to do in the natural realm to protect and nurture what has been planted in the spiritual realm. First, guard your mind over the next 72 hours. The enemy will launch his most aggressive mental attacks during this period. Combat every negative thought with the truth of what I have spoken. Second, share this message with 3 people who need to hear it. Not everyone. Just 3 specific people I will bring to your mind. Your breakthrough is connected to being a conduit of blessing to others. As you give, it shall be given to you, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. Third, document what happens. Keep a journal of every breakthrough, every answered prayer, every miraculous provision. You will need this record to encourage yourself in future battles and to testify to others about my faithfulness. Fourth, stay connected to my presence through daily conversation. Not religious rituals, but real relationship. Talk to me throughout your day. Share your thoughts, your fears, your dreams. Listen for my responses in your spirit, through circumstances and through others. Fifth, expect opposition, but do not fear it. The enemy will test your resolve. Old patterns will try to reassert themselves. Negative voices will attempt to drown out what you have heard today. Stand firm. What I have begun, I will complete. My beloved child, we are approaching the end of this divine appointment. but it is really just the beginning. What has been deposited in your spirit today will unfold over the coming weeks, months, and years in ways that will leave you breathless with wonder. You will look back on this moment as the turning point when everything changed, when the trajectory of your life shifted from surviving to thriving, from confusion to clarity, from defeat to victory. This is your moment of divine reset, your spiritual reboot, your heavenly upgrade. The tears you have cried have been collected in my bottle. Each one is precious to me and will be transformed into jewels of joy. The years that seemed wasted were actually preparation for what is now being released. Nothing in your journey has been in vain. I am proud of you for staying through this entire message. Many started but did not finish. Many heard but did not receive. Many received but will not act. But you, my warrior, my chosen one, my beloved child, you have done all three, and heaven is celebrating your faith. The angels assigned to you are excited about what comes next. They have been waiting for this activation, this green light to move on your behalf. The spiritual realm is buzzing with activity centered around your breakthrough. You are the talk of heaven right now. As you go back to your daily life, things may look the same initially, but do not be deceived. Massive shifts have occurred in the spiritual realm that will manifest in the natural realm with increasing velocity. Stay expectant, stay faithful, stay connected to what you have received today. Remember, I am not a distant God watching from afar. I am closer than your next breath, more invested in your success than you are, more committed to your destiny than you can imagine. We are in this together, and I never lose. Your story is about to become a testimony that will inspire thousands. Your breakthrough is about to become a blueprint for others to follow. Your victory is about to become a weapon that defeats the enemy's lies in countless other lives. Welcome to your new season. Welcome to supernatural acceleration. Welcome to divine favor and unprecedented blessing. Welcome to the life I always intended for you to live. The wait is over. The time is now. Your moment has arrived. Go forth in power, in authority, in confidence, knowing that I am with you, I am for you, and I am working through you to accomplish purposes that will echo throughout eternity. This is not the end of our conversation, but the beginning of a new level of intimacy and partnership. Until we speak again, remember, you are loved, you are chosen, you are equipped, and you are unstoppable. The enemy made a fatal error in attacking you because now you know who you are and whose you are. Walk in that authority and watch heaven invade every area of your life. This is your time. This is your season. This is your moment. Now go and live like the victorious warrior I created you to be.